Rise and shine, everybody. My name is Amara. Thank you so much for watching. Means the world. Originally, this video was supposed to be my favorite products and everything that I loved about 2025 and like the products that carried and all of that. No. To be honest, 2025 does not warrant a favorites video. Because quite frankly, I spent most of this year just trying to stay afloat. Okay, to keep it a buck with you, this year was hard in every sense of the word, in every aspect of my life. This year was hard. Okay, and I was gonna try to fake it and be like, no, but like this is the stuff, like this is the lip gloss that I loved while I was like really like falling apart. But that didn't seem genuine in any sense. So instead, I figured I am going to talk about all of the things that 2025 taught me that we're going to take into 2026. And you know it's serious because I busted out my Barbie notebook, okay, and I wrote all my things down. But I'm sharing this, one, because I feel like a lot of what I've learned seems really self-explanatory, but it's always that way. But I'm hard-headed, and I was like, yeah, but like I don't really have to do that. Girl, you are not the exception, you are the norm. And I mean that nicely. Like, a lot of what I've learned this year, it took until I was quite literally broken and beaten down for the lesson to click. Okay, these are things that I've been noticing. Okay, I was like, oh, I should probably work on that, but never actually like put pedal to the metal and really got into it. And because of that, okay, everything came crashing down around me. So I am going to share with you what I've learned so that you can avoid these next year. Okay, so I want to start off by saying the beginning of the year, I already started off on what I would say is the wrong foot. Okay, so early December, I had a family member pass. Okay, my grandma passed away early December. So that really switched up Christmas. Okay, the vibes were off completely. And so I spent early December, I went back home to California and I vlogged some of it. Ironically, that vlog is somewhere on a SD card. I don't know where. And I was trying to still be hopeful. Come back home, have Christmas, trying to keep the Christmas vibes up. Didn't put the tree up last year. I just didn't have it in me. And then I got sick. Okay, I got really sick and I missed like almost a week worth of work. New Year's I spent hacking my lungs up, like couldn't breathe out of my nose. It was a whole situation. Then I was like, you know what? I still am hopeful that this is going to be an amazing year. I'm going to be 25. Like, I was like, no, I can do this. So I print out the pictures. I make the vision board in question. And I filmed this. This video is uploaded. And I was like, yeah, like I have a vision board, so I know exactly what is going to happen. Like, this is going to be the best year ever. Egg on my face. Because the problem with just making the vision board, I didn't have an actual plan. Okay, like I had an idea, I just didn't have an actual plan. And I struggled in making a plan. I knew that in order for this stuff to come true, there was going to be a lot of me that I was going to have to give up and sacrifice. And the stuff that I was going to have to sacrifice was going out, or the guys that I was talking to, or like the media that I was consuming or not consuming, wasn't reading books. I was going to have to give up a lot of my norm in order for this to come true. And deep down, I knew that, but I didn't do it. And because of that, I ended up having one of the hardest years of my life, to be honest. Like, and it's crazy because a lot of like this stuff would have been so easy to do, obviously, but I didn't care enough, like, to like call a spade a spade. I did not care enough. I say all of that. That's my little recap of how we ended up learning these really hard lessons. I did not want to give up the old me to take a step. Like, you know that lady who was walking on them blocks every year? I knew in order to be her, I had to give up parts of myself that I could not make happen. And it's so odd and it's so strange because, like, after going through a whole year, I'm like, that's the Amara you wanted to be? That's who you were holding on to? One of the biggest things that I learned, okay, like the one that without a doubt shows up in every aspect of what I'm going to talk about, discipline is key. Okay, like, discipline is something that is not driven by motivation. I'm not always motivated to do any of these things, okay? Like, sometimes I'm tired and I just want to lay down and take a nap. But I know I have somewhere to get to, and discipline is what will drive that success, not how I'm feeling. And I could, with proper discipline, I could have paid off my car. With proper discipline, I could have read the books. All of this could have happened had I remained disciplined instead of going off vibes, okay? No more vibes 2026, okay? Just action, straight movement, no vibes, follow the plan only, okay? And that's okay, because this was a year of realizing things, okay? So definitely discipline. Anywhere and everywhere, in every part of your life, you should be disciplined, no matter what. Okay, number 2, friendships are important. I feel like this year was definitely chaos, but the one thing that I feel like I really poured into and I really focused on were my friendships, okay? My close friends, I feel like I have definitely hit another level with my friends. I feel like I've prioritized seeing my friends more than I ever have. And one, that partially has to do with the fact that I realized platonic relationships are way more important than romantic relationships. Not that I put boys above my friends, but I cared and nurtured my friends the way I would boys. I don't know if that makes sense, but like, I really made sure that my friends knew that they were important to me, and I prioritized my time with them. And by pouring into my friends and then pouring back into me, I didn't have a need for boys. And towards the end of the year, it really clicked. If these guys don't make me feel appreciated the way that my friends do, then what are they here for? Like, what's your purpose here, babes? Ah, jump scare. Editing Amara. Hey. Really quickly, I wanted to add on top of the topic of like friendships and boys and just boys in general. If that boy wanted you, you would know. If that boy cared about you, you would know. And I'm not even gonna say liked you. If he cared about you, if he cared about your well-being, you would know. I feel like that, I just had to say that. Because I also learned that this year. They don't care about you. They don't. And that's okay. They don't have to care about you. Okay? Because there is somebody out there who does care about you. You gotta leave these boys alone. The problem is these boys and that phone. Anyway, back to the video. So, friends are so important. Because when that boy breaks your heart, who you gonna go to? Your friends. Like, I don't know. Friendships are so important. So I'm definitely going to be taking friendships to the next level in 2026, and we're just gonna keep going from there. So prepare to be sick of me. Prepare to be sick of me, okay? Number 3, you need money. You need it. And you don't need it to buy new clothes. You don't need it, okay, to buy new makeup or to get a new pair of shoes. You need money for when you're stranded on the side of the road and have to get home. That's what you need money for. You need money when your car, okay, won't turn on. That's what you need money for. You need money for when life decides, hey, I'm gonna throw a wrench in this plan. That's what you need money for, okay? I am so pro treat yourself. I am so pro you work hard so you deserve nice things, 100%. But I definitely learned there's limits. There's limits to that, okay? Because when you're quite literally down in the dumps and you just got done on an all-exclusive, you paid for everything trip, okay? And then at the end of the trip, you gotta cough up money to get back home, life gets spooky. It gets wicked, if you will. So I definitely will be prioritizing saving a lot more than I ever have. And I used to, not to say that I thought like saving was stupid. I never thought it was stupid. I always knew it was important. Start now. Don't, like, because you need the money. You need it. Okay. Last thing that I learned in 2025, okay, the last thing that this year taught me is self-care is important. I feel like I have always viewed self-care as face masks and spa days. Not to say that that's not self-care. Self-care is literally caring for yourself. I feel like how I view self-care now is I need to make sure that I am pouring into myself at every possible moment, okay? I am no longer rushing in the morning. I am protecting my time. I'm doing the self-care things that I feel like help me, okay? My vibration plate, I love it. It makes me feel like I'm taking care of myself, okay? Eating right, going to the gym, staying off my phone. It's them phones. I'm telling you, it's them phones. But that's a whole different video. I also feel like prioritizing creating instead of consuming. Like, that's my version of self-care right now. And had I prioritized that in 2025, the year would have looked so different. I feel like how I would have handled some of my crazy darkest moments would have felt so different had I known what proper self-care looked like. Honestly, had I been pouring into myself properly the whole time, I probably wouldn't have even ended up in half those situations. But I digress, okay? I'm learning. But yeah, self-care is extremely important. Self-care for everybody looks very different. Sometimes it's just going out on a walk. Sometimes it's spending time with friends and family. So, like, it just looks different, but it has to happen. So going into the new year for me, self-care is a non-negotiable. So I'm definitely going to be making sure that my battery is charged, okay? I feel like going into this year with knowing all of the things I'm knowing now, I am so excited to like see it come to fruition, okay? Like, I've already been starting on my New Year's resolutions for, I want to say, like 2 weeks now. I've been working on implementing, like doing a trial run, if you will, of seeing how all of this stuff is going to play out for the rest of the year, and making sure that my resolutions, whatever, are sustainable. this time I'm more focused on like the action part. Like I don't even have a vision board for this year yet. Because why? Because I need to get in the field, okay? I wasted too much time. I don't have time to waste these days. So I'm trying to see what sticks, and we'll put the pictures together after. Okay? Sorry guys. It got dark. Like, I don't know. But I hope that 2025 was kind to you. If it wasn't, welcome to the club. Welcome to the club. Because it wasn't kind to me either. But also, I wasn't that kind to me this year either. So I guess that checks out. But now that we know, now that we're headed in the right direction, we got this. Cheers to having the best, happiest year ever. And with that being said, that's it. That's the tweet. And with that, I will see you when I see you.